Whiplash is a drama film directed by Damien Chazelle and stars Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. And the film is about an aspiring drum player who wants to be the best drum player in the world, but he has to be taught by one of the most brutal characters you will ever see on screen. And as you can see, I have a special guest of mine once again joining me in another review. So let's get into what we liked about the film. What did you think of it?
Mainly what I find, well, one thing I really enjoyed about the film is basically how terribly J.K. Simmons' character treats Miles Teller's character.
Yeah, he's like the most brutal character you will ever see, because he pushes his students to their absolute limit because he wants results. And this character reminded me a bit of like R. Lee Ermey's character from Full Metal Jacket. Like, they were both brutal and like getting the job done, but I think this one is more brutal because he pushes beyond the limit. There's a character that is brought up of like how he was taught under like Fletcher's teachings, and how like the trauma he suffered while being taught like caused him to commit suicide. So that's how brutal J.K. Simmons' character is.
One of the things I like that I don't think a lot of people realize is how accurate a lot of the music was. I used to play a bit of music, and so it was just very nice to see that the keys on the keyboard and the drum beats on the drum matched up, not perfectly, but very well with the audio.
All the music you hear in the song is absolutely incredible, and it just sounds
Fantastic.
Yeah, sounds fantastic as well.
Not to spoil anything about not to spoil the movie, but one of the best parts was the third act, where the music was just so absolutely enthralling, and it also accurately presents the main character's entire story arc in just one big song.
Yeah, like the ending is probably one of the top 10 best endings like to any film.
What Miles Teller did was present a lot of pain through the character, and there's a lot of scenes where you see his bloodied hand and he puts it in ice cold water. It's absolutely horrifying to watch, but also very engaging.
Alright, we'll get into what we didn't like. So, what gripes did you have with the film?
There was a dinner scene in the movie where Miles Teller's character, I feel bad for not remembering his name, was with his family, and they were basically discussing how much they love sport and everything, and just sort of shoving music to the side, and it sounded very preachy to the audience, like, listen to what I'm saying. I'm making a big point right here.
And with my gripe with the film, it is with Miles Teller's character. I don't know, just something about this character bothered me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this film. So I consider it to be like a complete masterpiece. Everything about this film was absolutely perfect. Everything done was brilliantly executed. It's just this one character, and every time I watch this film, he friggin' irks me. Like, he constantly just whines and complains, and like, I know that's his character's point, like how he's trying to like be the best, but like, if it's at the expense of your friends and family, and like, this is what I hate. He turns from this character that we're trying to sympathize with because he's trying to be the best drum player in the world. He goes from that into just shunning everyone who he cares for. Like, he has this girlfriend who he just shuns and just like says, I need to put all my focus on my music, and just like, I can't have you in my life, you're going to be a distraction. Like, to me, that lingers on the line of being an unlikable character, and like, this really did bother me. Just like, like, and he's supposed to be the protagonist of the film. Like, he's the guy we're supposed to be rooting for, and like, like, J.K. Simmons' character is obviously the antagonist, no question about that, but just, there should be an equal balance between a protagonist and an antagonist, and we, like, to me, Miles Teller's character goes from being a protagonist to just like this real douchebag character, and just goes from protagonist to somewhere in the middle. And I'm sorry, like, I like this film. Everything else about this film was absolutely perfect. It's just this one little gripe I had, and that is Miles Teller's character. And I don't think he was a good character, in my opinion. Let's get into what I think we both can agree on is the absolute best part of this film, and that's J.K. Simmons. Holy shit, is this performance absolutely incredible.
Oh, he was just absolutely fantastic. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
And won.
And won, of course. And without a doubt, he truly deserves it. Every scene he's in, he just chews up the scenery. He takes over everything. And every scene with him is entertaining. And because he's such a prominent character in the whole movie, you're very much privileged to see so much of him.
I remember watching this film for the first time with my family, and like, I remember when he was on screen and like he was giving the insults and he was like, giving the best performance of his career. Just me and my family just sat there in dead silence because we were just captivated and just intimidated by this character. And like, I think this is the most intimidating character since Javier Bardem's character in No Country for Old Men. Alright, so let's get into our overall opinion. I think this is the second best film of 2014. Like, I still think Birdman is the #1 best film of 2014, but this film comes damn close. It is absolute perfection. It's like what I said. It's a masterpiece of a film. Everything in the film is executed absolutely brilliantly. The way it was told was good, the music in the film was good, the performances was good, the way the film was directed was incredible.
Personally, I find it to be the third best film of the year. A little French-Canadian movie called Mummy takes the place, just a bit over that. But still, this was an absolutely enthralling film. It was fantastic in the way it was presented, edited, acted. Everything was fantastic about it. Despite just a few scenes where it felt like pandering, a few continuity errors.
And like my dislike of Miles Teller's character, I hate that character so much. But just, yeah, like, this film gives us, everything we looked for. And, like, it gives us one of the greatest performances of all time in J.K. Simmons. So, yeah, I very much like this film, except for that minor gripe. But the minor gripe really doesn't hurt the film for me. I still think this film is absolutely worth checking out. This film will be remembered for years. This film was an absolute masterpiece. And I'm going to give Whiplash a 9.5 out of 10.
And for me, I'll never forget the ending. I feel like I'll put it on every time I feel like I just need a good drum beat going. And so in the end, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm The Next 5.
And I'm Mitchell.
And if you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm The Next 5, and this has been Mitchell. Thank you so much for watching.